So you want to get backspin on your shorter pitch shots here. So if you want to get backspin on these short chip shots, there's a couple variables that we're gonna have to go over. Number one, it's gonna be your climate, right? If we have a wet day like today, it's gonna be a lot tougher to spin that ball with the water on your face and the water on the golf ball. Number two, it's gonna be the grass you're playing off of. So if you're playing in the rough, or the deep rough that we see on the left here, it's gonna be very difficult to get all ball contact. There'll be grass in between the face and the club, which will reduce that spin. Now, lastly, it's gonna be club conditions. Is your club new? Are the grooves clean? So if we were to go over this first, look at my face here. My face is dirty. This will be almost impossible to spin the ball well when the face looks like this. So what we're gonna wanna do is give this a quick little scrub up here. Grooves are now clean here, and the face is dry. So the difference now is this ball is now able to use the grooves effectively to now come up here and slide up on top. So something that also goes with the equipment you're using is the balls, right? Not only does the club have to be good, newer clubs are better, but the ball now, I'm using a range ball here, it will not spin as much as if I'm using a Pro V1 just like this, okay? Now, the reason for that is how they make them. The different coatings on the outside, different dimples, different quality altogether. So this ball that I'm using right now, the Pro V1, will spin a lot more than that range ball. But now, because it's wet, the ground is wet, the green over there is wet, we still won't be able to get the maximum spin, but we should be able to see a difference here. So now if I'm using this ball here, what will happen? So I'm just gonna play my normal high chip shot. Caught the ball well. Now that ball is able to check up. That ball is definitely able to check up. We can see clearly that that ball had good spin and was able to check up right beside the pin there. Now with my range ball here, I'm gonna play the exact same shot, try and land it in the exact same area. What you'll find is this ball will run out a lot more than you think because it's just a range ball. I landed in a similar area, but that ball checked up, just not as much as that Pro V1 checked up. Still a great shot, but it was able to check up pretty well, a lot more well than I thought, but it will not do the same thing as your premium ball. Now, are these range balls great to practice with? Yes, right? When you're playing with multiple balls, I don't expect you to go out there and buy 100 Pro V1s, as the bank account will be crying. But when you're in play and you're playing on a real course, make sure you know the difference, what ball you're playing, how much that ball will spin, right? My club is now a little bit dirty, but if I were to just wipe it with a towel, I don't even need a scrubber. If I were to just wipe it with a towel, you could see that all the grooves are clean still, right? They're all clean, ball contact's right there in the center, so I'm able to get that good shot. And to talk about this green, this grass lie here, because we have short grass here, right? The short grass actually ends up helping us get under the ball more and get that little nippy chip shot that we all know and love, instead of now having to hit behind the ball in the rough where the ball will just not trickle out as much. So if I were to show you the difference here just between the two, I can take this ball and this ball here. Now, this one I'll hit out of the shorter grass, right? Same type of shot. Look at that roll out there that we got. Did not check up as much as we thought. Now I'm gonna hit this one out of the rough, where I'm hitting now behind the golf ball, really using the bounce. Let's see what will happen here. So landed center of the green, and that ball will just keep rolling, right? There'll be no stopping that ball because there's zero spin on that ball. Couldn't get any spin because of the difference in the grass, okay? Now, you also won't be able to get as much spin if you're using a pitching wedge or 9-iron in these situations, as if you're hitting a bump and run with especially a lower lofted club, right? Like a 9-iron, a pitching wedge. What you're playing for is the rollout, right? I'm expecting that ball to roll out, right? Now with the premium ball, it will still roll out, but you'll still be able to see a difference in the check you get, okay? So, number one, make sure your grooves are clean. You're using a good wedge. Number two, make sure you're using a premium ball. And then look at the grass conditions you're dealing with, right? Short grass, better. Rough, a little harder. Deep rough is very difficult. So you have to obviously adjust for where you're playing your ball and how you're playing your ball as well. So now, again, I'm gonna do the same thing. And that ball should spin. I'm expecting it to spin, and it did. So that was a great shot because the only difference I made was using a premium ball, okay? Now, all in all, if I were to go over all three things again, make sure you're using clean grooves, right? I see a lot of people with dirty grooves in these types of scenarios, and it's definitely not what you want to be doing, okay? Make sure your grooves are clean and they look something just like this. Okay, this is clean. Okay, now number two, make sure you're using a premium golf ball. Okay, these golf balls here that I have are range balls. They will just not spin as much as when you're using your premium golf balls. Now lastly, you want to make sure that you know what grass type you're playing off of. If this is the shorter type of grass here, you're able to catch that ball first and end up spinning your ball. But when you're using thicker grass like the rough or the deep rough, there'll be grass in between your ball and the club face, so that you won't be able to get maximum spin off the ball. The ball will hit the front and trundle up there. If you guys are also interested, I'm doing personalized one-on-one golf coaching for you guys. I'm doing free 15-minute golf consultation sessions. Click the link down below and let's see if we are the right fit. Click the subscribe link down below here, and my new recent upload is going to be right here. I'll see you guys in the next one.